G2, day 1, we're revising that the letter C may say S. So in this list you can see we've got A, consonant E will make the A say A. I, consonant E will make the letter I say its long sound I. And when we see CE, we know it's making its soft sound S. So if we get our highlighters out, we can read these words. We've got ace, ace, pull ace, ace, space, ace, trace. Then change colours. And we're going to highlight the IE, ice, 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 mice, ice, nice, and ice, rice. So you've already learnt that the E may make the previous vowel long, so making this A say A and this I say I. The new thing that we're learning today is that, and we've actually learnt this too, but we're just revising it, is the CE makes the letter C make its soft sound, so you can highlight those in a different colour as well. Now let's look at the meanings of these words. So we have, if you have a competition with someone to run somewhere, you might have a race and you find out who's fastest in the race. A face could be your face, or it could be the face on a three-dimensional cube or something like that, the flat surface. A place is somewhere that you might go. It could be your house, it could be a new place that you go and visit. Space is the space we have around us, or it could be the space above us where we have lots of planets and stars. Trace could be where you trace over a letter with a pencil or a pen, and it could be to find someone. So if someone's, say, lost in the bush, the police might have to go out and try and trace them to find them. Ice is when we freeze water or milk, it turns into an ice, a liquid turns into an ice. Mice means more than one mouse. Nice is when something is good or pleasant, and rice is a food that we eat. It's a grain and it's quite good for you. Okay, now let's read the words, sound the words, spell the words, and then copy and write them. So we're going to go race, ace, 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 R-A-C-E, R-A-C-E, R-A-C-E. Cover it and write it 3 times if you can. Just have a little look to make sure you're spelling it correctly as you go. Let's have a look at the next one. Face, ace, ace, ace. F-A-C-E, F-A-C-E, F-A-C-E. Cover it and write it. Cover it. Don't forget to check it, see if it's correct. Now we want you to do that, read it, sound it 3 times, spell it 3 times, cover it, write it 3 times, and then check to see if it's correct, so that you learn how to spell these words really quickly and easily. Don't forget, when you get to the day 3 with this page, we've got a rule that we're working on. E goes away when ing comes to stay. So as all of these words end in an E, you have to take it away when you're making that word say racing or facing or placing. G2, day 2, we're revising that when we have a CE at the end of a word, it's going to make the sound. So if a C is followed by an E, an I or a Y, we know that it's going to say its soft sound. S. So here we've got ace, race, ace, face, ace, place, ace, space, ace, trace, ice, 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 mice, ice, nice, ice, rice. So you can also see in all of these words the E is making the previous vowel make its long sound. Now we learnt in G1 that when we want a Z at the end of a word, we use SE. So when we want a S sound at the end of a word, we're going to use quite often CE. So let's read those words, sound them, spell them, and then write them and check them. So we've got race, R-A-C-E, cover it, write it, and then check to make sure you've got it correct. In the next section, you have to copy the sentence and write yes or no. So you need a longer bit of paper for this to cover it. The sentence is, an ice cream is nice on a hot day. Is that true? I think it is. So we'd write yes there, and then we've got to copy the sentence. An ice cream is nice on a hot day. So you have to write the sentence. An ice cream is nice. If you get stuck, you can have a little peek. On a hot day, and don't forget the full stop at the end. You can read the rest of those on your own. Down the bottom, write a list word that means frozen water. That would be, of course, ice. You can use the words at the top to help you finish that. Copy the list word and draw. So here you've got to find the list word in the little phrase. A happy face. The list word is face, so that's the word you'd have to write on the line, and then you'd have to draw a happy face in the box. So find the list words in each of these sentences, write them on the lines, draw the picture. You have to read those little phrases as well. G2, day 3, we're revising two things in this list. We're revising that the E at the end of a word may make the previous vowel long, like in race, we've got the A, long A sound, and in mice, we've got the long I sound. And we're also revising that CE at the end of a word makes the sound, because we know when we have a C followed by an E, an I, or a Y, it makes the C make its soft sound S. And you learnt in G1 that when we have an S at the end of a word or SE at the end of a word, we know that it's making its Z sound most of the time. So let's read these words, sound them, and spell them and write them. So we've got race, R-A-C-E. Have to cover it, write it, and then check to make sure that you've got it correct. Down here, comparatives and superlatives, you have to work out what the base word is from nicer and nicest. So rather than saying more nice, we say nicer. And rather than saying the most nice, we say nicest. So a comparative is when we compare two things. A superlative is when we compare a bigger group of things. So we add EST. Singular and plural. Single means one, plural means more than one. So if we have one mouse, we say mouse. If we have two or more, we say mice. And mice is a list word, so that's nice and easy for you to write. Now, if we have two races, we add an S on the end to make it say races. But if we only have one, we have race. So you can find the list word up the top and write it in. Put in alphabetical order, so you've got to say the alphabet and write the words as they appear. So look at the first letter. Is there a word starting K? No. B? No. C? D? E? F? The first word is face. It's the first letter that comes through in the alphabet with those words there. Verb families. Verbs are things we can do. So we've got something, races, racing. Here we're adding the S, here we're adding the ing, and in this column we usually add the ed. So in this column we've got to work out what the base word is. So we've got races, racing, both come from the word race. And here we'd put raced. Now because race already has an E on the end of it, all you have to do is add the D. You don't have to add another E there. So here we've got tracing and traced, both come from the word trace, and so you should have trace, traces, tracing, traced. Words that rhyme with. So let's see, we've got nice, you've got to find the list words that rhyme with nice. Race, you've got to find the list words that rhyme with race and write them down there. Combined with our list word, our something ship. You'll have to have a look up here to see which word would go with ship, which word would go with mat, write it in there, and which word would go with cream. Write the base word or the list word for each of these words. So we've got nicer would come from the word nice. Racer, race. Misplace, you can work out these ones on your own. And this little word in a box here, you've got to find the opposite to nasty is, and it's got to be a list word. You can fill that one in too. G2, day 2, we're looking at interest words to do with clothes and the seasons. So you have to write these words in the correct column. You've got some winter clothes and some summer clothes. So let's read the words. Hat, shorts, t-shirt, boots, jumper, track suit, coat, jeans, thongs, scarf, sandals, singlet. Okay, so anything that you wear in winter goes here, anything you wear in summer goes there. Then use these words to help you design a summer and winter outfit and label each item. So if you draw someone going to the beach, you probably draw them with a hat, and they'd probably be in their bathers, I would imagine. And so let's put their bathers on them. Oops. I'm sure you'll draw something better than me, and they might have their thongs on their feet too. So you'd have to label hat.